Welcome back to Not Your Nerdy Neighbor. My name is Eric, and tonight I am cooking some New York strips, and I'm going to make some garlic bread using some seeded rye sandwich bread on the grill. So everything here is going to be on the grill. What I'm going to start off with before I throw the steaks on the grill is I seasoned my steaks with Sino steak seasoning, which I believe is just salt, pepper, garlic powder, maybe a little bit of onion powder. I don't think there is, because onion doesn't sit well with me, so I don't think that's in there. But yeah, it's really just salt, pepper, garlic powder, and then I also have Italian seasoning over here, which if I wanted to do this, I mean, it kind of shortcuts having to do it homemade, which is just marjoram, oregano, thyme, rosemary, savory, which I'm not sure what that is, basil. You take this, you can make homemade garlic bread real easily. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade that to garlic bread by adding in some minced garlic and making a really quick compound butter. But yeah, more on that next. Okay, so now I'm going to make a quick compound butter with the Italian seasoning and the minced garlic that I mentioned. If you only have one measuring instrument available to you, do the dry ingredients first, then the wet ingredients. May seem obvious, but I've messed that up myself before. So what I'm going to do is unscrew the top since they're both vented. And I'm going to start off with half a teaspoon, because this spoon I have here is a fourth. And then I'll put the bread slices on the upper rack on my grill that's set to 450 degrees Fahrenheit. And we'll go from there. Before I put the steaks on the grill, I am going to do a quick beer review. I definitely enjoy a nice cold beer when the weather's warmer and I'm grilling. And this time it is Boulevard Brewing Company's Barrel-Aged Churro Grande. It's a imperial brown ale with cinnamon and natural flavors. It's a limited release that my friend JC got me. Thank you very much. And I will now pour this into a tulip style glass, which is the proper one to pour this into. Oh, I can smell the brown sugar from here. Let's see how it is. Oddly enough, okay, so it reminds me not only of brown sugar, but peanut brittle if you didn't put the peanuts in it, just like the candy, like the hard caramel part of it. There's definitely cinnamon in here, so yeah, kind of like a snickerdoodle cookie with brown sugar, because I don't think you normally put a ton of brown sugar or even molasses in snickerdoodle cookies. But yeah, it definitely tastes like that. More of like a, I guess, a dessert, kind of a dessert beer in that way. Not super sweet, like, like it tastes like molasses. It tastes like molasses without the sweet part, so you get like the smoky nuttiness that you get from raw sugar in its more raw form, without all of the extra super sugary sweet taste behind it. But no, fantastic beer. Haven't ran into too many things I didn't care for at Boulevard. Definitely nothing I don't like, but I definitely have one or two beers that I'm like, you know what? Nice to try it once or twice, but that's it. This one is not one of those. This one was fantastic. So thank you very much, JC. All right, so now that I have a beer open, we're out at the grill. I'm gonna throw these pieces on to a ripping hot grill. I set my temp for 450. May not be at that right now, but that is fine. It's more than hot enough for these. I'm gonna let those go for about 5-6 minutes for mine, and maybe closer to 8 minutes for my wife's. But really, all you need is a good meat thermometer to check your meat. This weird thing where you feel like different parts of your hand, that doesn't work. That doesn't work for everyone. You might have figured that out for maybe yourself, like what feels close to it. But really, just a quick read meat thermometer that uses AA or AAA batteries. Try to avoid the button cell ones. The battery replacements are kind of expensive for those. So I ended up with a Traeger branded thermometer just because it was one of the few that had a AA or AAA battery replacements, just so it's cheaper to do that, because I can always go to like Costco and pick up a massive pack of AA or AAA batteries, or use rechargeable ones. That's probably a little better for the environment. But yeah, we'll check in on those in a little bit. All right, I'm gonna check in on steaks, and they are looking great. So give both of those a quick flip onto a fresh set of grates. Let those go for a few minutes. I'll temp check them. It'll probably be my liking by the time I open that up again, about 2 to 3 minutes. Medium rare is normally what I like. Medium well to medium rare is what my wife likes. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. So, but I will see you back in a few minutes. Okay, and we're back. So while the steaks are cooking, I'm going to apply my compound butter thoroughly to one side. If you apply it to both sides and put it on the grill, you will end up with a grease fire. And if you watched my pellet grill maintenance video, you probably saw me turn myself into a meme on that one. Yeah, and you can see the little flecks of garlic in there. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want. And then if I have any left over, maybe I'll make myself some more for lunch tomorrow. And for this slice of bread, it was I had about enough. It covered both slices, so ended up being about 3 to 4 tablespoons of butter, because you want it to melt through the bread and then toast the bread. Okay, and now we're going to move outside. I'm gonna throw these on the grill and check on my steaks. Just throw these right on. They will cook up in no time at all. So That one in the front was mine because it had less fat in it, because I'm not cooking mine as long. Of course, it's on Celsius. Okay, so mine is done, and let's see what the missus looks like. Okay, so these are both probably a little more done than I want them to be, but they will still be delicious, and I'm not going to be a party pooper and say I'm not going to like it, because they look really damn good. So I'm going to let these rest for about 10 minutes. Let's the meat reconstitute juices on the inside so you don't lose a bunch of juice on the plate when you're cutting it up. Always let them rest 10 minutes. It's, you know, hard to do, but always do it. I will see you in a little bit when I go to pull the garlic bread off the grill, and then you'll get to see the final dish. Okay, and we are back to the grill to check on garlic bread. It's looking good so far. I'm going to move it over a little bit so it doesn't cook quite so fast. I'm just going to check the underside. Underside looks good. You move these up to the upper rack because I have some time. Ooh, almost lost that one. I have some time in between letting the steaks rest and the garlic bread continue to toast, and those look like they are going to be fantastic. Sometimes stuff turns out the way you want, sometimes it don't. But those steaks will probably still, those steaks will still be pretty good. They'll probably be closer medium well rather than medium rare, and I probably let them sit a little too long on the grill before checking them, so that's on me. But you get to learn from the good, bad, and ugly on my channel. That's a big thing I do reinforce. Except for her. She's always adorable. There's no good, bad, or ugly about her. Yeah. And she always gets to taste a little bit of the dinner. I usually give her a few small pieces. She's being good, and she was good today. We went on a walk to a park. We did about a mile walk together, and she wasn't all antsy while I was at work today, so she was a good girl. All right, I'll see you in a bit. All right, we're gonna check on the bread again. Ooh, that looks perfect. I'm sure the missus will love those, so. And now, time to plate everything up. All right, so the steaks are off the grill. They've rested for a little over 10 minutes. I have the garlic bread off the grill. It smells fantastic. And I have a drink, and I'm about to ask my wife to come up from her craft room to have dinner with me. Have a great week, everyone. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. I'll see you later. All right, Fiona, have you been a good girl? Who am I kidding? You're always a good girl. Here you go. Here. Yeah, the steak ended up not being as overdone as I thought. My wife's was closer to the way she liked it, and mine was close enough to the way I like it, but at least all three of us like it. I will see you all next week.